Vijayanagar kingdom is considered as one of the notable kingdoms in medieval India. The Vijayanagar dynasty ruled over southern India from 1336 to 1672 AD. There were four major dynasties that ruled over Vijayanagar for 3 centuries, namely the Sangama, the Saluva, Tuluva, and Arividi dynasties. Several wars were fought against the Bahmani and Muslim rulers of the northern Deccan during the reign of these dynasties. In the early half of the 14th century, due to the disintegration of the Delhi Sultanate, a large number of provinces became independent both in the north and south of India. In the south, Vijayanagar kingdom was one of the famous empires which rose to great power. The golden age of the Vijayanagar Empire was during the reign of Krishnadevaraya. Rise of the Vijayanagar Empire. A large number of provinces became independent during the fragmentation of the Delhi Sultanate after the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Both in North and South India, many provincial governors and feudatories became independent. The first ones to separate were Bengal and Multan. A feudatory is a person who holds land under the feudal system. In South India, Vijayanagar Empire rose to prominence. The Vijayanagar Empire. In 1336 AD, on the banks of the Tungabhadra river, the Vijayanagar Empire was founded by Harihara I and Bukka I. Harihara I was succeeded by Bukka I in 1356 AD. Hampi was the capital of the Vijayanagar kingdom. 4 important dynasties governed Vijayanagar kingdom. They were Sangama, Saluva, Tuluva, and Arividi dynasties. Harihara II, Devaraya I, Devaraya II, and Krishnadevaraya were the important rulers of the empire. Krishnadevaraya was the most famous king of the Vijayanagar Empire. He was from the Tuluva dynasty. According to Domingo Pes, a Portuguese traveller, he was the most feared and perfect king. Vijayanagar Empire was at its zenith of glory during the rule of Krishnadevaraya. Conquests. Krishnadevaraya was a great warrior. He occupied Sivasamudram in 1510 AD, Raichur in 1512 AD, Orissa and Warangal in 1523 AD. He also occupied a large part of the Deccan. He extended the empire from the Arabian Sea in the west to the Bay of Bengal in the east and River Krishna in the north to the River Kaveri in the south. Contributions. Krishnadevaraya was a good administrator. He constructed large tanks and canals for irrigation purposes. The naval power was improved for overseas trade. Krishnadevaraya constructed beautiful temples and palaces as he was a patron of art and architecture. To increase the revenue of the government, a friendly relationship was maintained with the Portuguese and Arab traders. Krishnadevaraya was a great scholar. His court patronized a group of 8 scholars known as Ashtadigajas. The Ashtadigajas were Alasani Padana, Nandi Timmana, Tenali Rama, Bhattu Murthy, Punaveera Bhadra, Durjati, Malana, and Panaji Surana. They were regarded as the 8 pillars of the king's literary assembly. Tenali Rama. Tenali Ramakrishna, commonly known as Tenali Rama, was a court poet of Krishnadevaraya. He was a great scholar of many languages that included Telugu, Marathi, Tamil, and Kannada. Tenali Rama was born in a village in the Andhra Pradesh state during the 16th century. Comic incidents that took place in the Vijayanagar Empire were published as tales of Tenali Rama. Some of them are Tenali and the Thieves, Tenali in Delhi Darbar, and Tenali's Reward. Battle of Talikota. Krishnadevaraya's successors were weak. A joint force of Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda, and Bidar fought against Vijayanagar Empire during the period of King Ramaraya in the Battle of Talikota. The battle was fought in 1565 AD. In the battle, Ramaraya was put to death by the enemy. Vijayanagar Empire was looted and destroyed to a great extent. The administrative system of the Vijayanagar Empire was well structured. The king was the head of the empire and was assisted by a council of ministers. The empire was divided into provinces. A governor administered each province. These governors were called Naiks. To make administration easier, the provinces were divided into villages. Village assemblies consisting of accountants and other officers administered the villages. Contact between the central administration and the villages were through offices called Mahanayakacharyas. The army of the Vijayanagar Empire comprised of the infantry, cavalry and elephantry. Soldiers who fought on foot were called infantry. The part of the army consisting of soldiers who rode horses was called cavalry, and the part of the army consisting of soldiers who rode elephants was called elephantry. Revenue administration. The main source of income in the Vijayanagar Empire was through land revenue. The land was assessed for its fertility, and based on this taxes were collected. Dams and canals were built, and consequently there was great advancement in agriculture. Judicial administration. The empire was governed under the Hindu law. Those found guilty of breaking the law were punished severely, and fines were also collected from them. The king was the ultimate judge. Position of women. In the Vijayanagar Empire, women were held in high esteem. They participated in political, social, and literary life. Women were taught to use various weapons and were trained in wrestling. They were also trained in fine arts and music. Some women were highly educated and served as astrologers and accountants to the king. Women also held positions as clerks, wrestlers, and guards in the king's palace. Social life. Social life in Vijayanagar was well structured. Sati, the burning of the wife in the husband's pyre, child marriage, and polygamy existed during that period. Citizens were given the freedom to choose their own religion. All these aspects of social life of Vijayanagar are well documented by foreign travelers. Vijayanagar was a rich and prosperous empire. The construction of dams and canals increased agricultural production. Textiles, metallurgy, mining, and perfumery industries thrived during this period. The empire was involved in trade with China, Burma, Arabia, Persia, South Africa, and other countries. Cereals, spices, silk, cotton, opium, and other goods were exported. Elephants, horses, copper, coal, and mercury were imported. The important ports on the western coast were Cochin, Goa, Diu, and Ceylon. Architecture and literature thrived under the rulers of Vijayanagar. The Vittalaswamy temple and the Hazara Ramasamy temples are standing examples of the Vijayanagar architecture. The bronze statue of King Krishnadeva Raya is well renowned. Literature was given great importance. Languages like Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, and Kannada were given importance, and several scholars were patronized. King Krishnadeva Raya himself was a great scholar, and his writings in Sanskrit include Usha Parinayam and Jambavati Kalyanam, and his writings in Telugu include Amukta Malyada. The Vittalaswamy temple is the most renowned architectural marvel of Hampi. The temple complex is constructed in an extensive campus with a surrounding wall and entrance towers. There are several halls, pavilions, and temples situated within the complex. The focal point of the Vittalaswamy temple is its imposing pillared halls and the stone chariot. The Mahamandapa or main hall has richly carved colossal monolithic pillars. The outermost of the pillars are called the musical pillars as they produce musical notes when tapped. By the year 1614 AD, the Vijayanagar Empire declined. The Arivida dynasty, which was the last dynasty to rule Vijayanagar, was weak, and the governors of the various provinces took advantage of this and became independent entities. Rulers of the neighboring regions like Bijapur and Golconda captured some parts of Vijayanagar, bringing about the end of the Vijayanagar Empire. In this topic you have learnt, the king was the head of the empire. The empire was divided into provinces and the provinces into villages. The army comprised of the infantry, cavalry, and elephantry. Land revenue was the main source of income. The empire was governed by Hindu law. Women were held in high esteem, and the social life was well structured. Cereals, spices, and other goods were exported. The Vittalaswamy and Hazara Ramaswamy temples are standing examples of their architecture. King Krishnadeva Raya wrote many books in Sanskrit and Telugu. The Arivida dynasty was weak and brought about the decline of the empire.